What's up, everybody? This is Super Mike. Yes, I schedule little shows and I sit up here and wait. Thanks, BMT, for putting a comment on my little whatever. But yeah, I schedule shows and I sit up here and I miss the mark. But you know what? Eventually, I'm gonna get to that show. So please press the thumbs up button for me. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it and share it. Uh, yeah, thumbs up, share the thing. Go ahead, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And anybody know about this? Who knows if you know about Boyce Watkins or Kwame Brown and this weird thing that happened because I'm trying to understand this situation. Now that believe it or not, there's a lot more people know Kwame Brown than know Boyce Watkins. But if you're in the YouTube cycle or what have you, you're going to know Boyce Watkins more than Kwame Brown. If you're in the YouTube news cycle or in the internet streets, I should say, more, you're going to know Boyce Watkins more than Kwame Brown. I did not know Kwame Brown because I'm not a sports dude. I'm not a sports dude. I don't really look at sports. I really never have looked at sports. I didn't care. I just never looked at sports. But, you know, I still don't look at sports. I really don't. But I mean, I guess I never really liked Stephen A. Smith, and it's just interesting because see what this is doing here. It's like mixing two crowds, and I think it's a good thing. I think it ends up being a good thing for both parties because both parties are getting exposed to people who didn't know them. I think Kwame Brown came out overall. I think he is doing a good thing because I do think some because actually in Kwame, and this is what's weird about Kwame hating Boyce Watkins. He doesn't know Boyce Watkins. He don't know Boyce Watkins, but he just don't like Boyce Watkins. And it's nothing to do with who Boyce Watkins like, who or what Boyce Watkins has actually done or didn't do. I really think that Kwame Brown don't like Boyce Watkins because he wants to destroy Charlemagne, and Boyce will not. Boyce has a particular ethic in a particular way he handles his friendships. And his thing is if if Boyce considers you a friend, okay, even if you do something that he doesn't approve of or he thinks is bad, he is not going to publicly trash you, especially if he has a connection with you, unless you, especially if you did not publicly trash him and if you're his friend. Now, he may not support what you did, and which he has not support what Charlemagne has done, but I respect that. Boyce won't publicly trash him. He said this before. He doesn't kiss and tell. He doesn't do that type of publicly trashing things unless he feels like somebody has done it to him. Now, whether he does that all the time, whether he's a hypocrite on some stuff, that's here nor there. But that's the reason why Boyce would not blast Charlemagne like you see somebody like a Vicky Dillard blast Charlemagne or other folks would blast Charlemagne. They're not. He's not going to get into that because he's able to contact Charlemagne. Now the thing is, Kwame Brown when he comes out on the scene, I mean he's been on the scene, I guess, but nobody really was. Well, at least not many in this sphere of influence was paying attention to what Kwame Brown was doing because he just wasn't really making that much of an impact in these circles. So, but when he started criticizing Stephen A. Smith, he started criticizing Matt Barnes, he started criticizing all the smoke podcasts, Gilbert Arenas, some of his former teammates. And because Kwame Brown knows what he's talking about, because he was in the industry, he was in the NBA, He knows exactly who he's talking about. He started criticizing Stern, who died, the commissioner of the NBA. And he criticized the practices on how they're doing the players, how they're doing the injured players. These are real valid criticisms that Kwame Brown is speaking from a place of great knowledge, uh, and it's a very valuable set of piece of information to get out there from someone who is inside, who is not afraid to be censored, who is not afraid to handle, have the problems associated with speaking the truth. Now, the thing is, this puts Kwame Brown in the category of the black radical voice. So now here you go. Kwame Brown is a black radical. So he's actually in the same box with Boyce Watkins, Umar Johnson, Joe Brown, Claude Anderson, Minister Farrakhan. He's the woke type now, but he doesn't understand this is the box that the world has put him in now because he's speaking truth. So what ends up happening here, Charlemagne comes out with that crap that he said, I will not. And one of the things about me, everybody knows what was said by Charlemagne. It was disgusting towards Kwame Brown's family. I don't repeat it. I try not to repeat slander because I feel like if you keep repeating that slanderous word, even though it's a public statement, if you keep repeating that, then you're part of spreading it. But if you wanted to know what Charlemagne said, he said some disgusting crap about about Kwame Brown's family. So Kwame Brown has the right to come after Charlemagne the way that he did. But Boyce Watkins, he meant now at that time when Kwame Brown did this, everybody was talking about Kwame Brown. We had people, Michi was talking about Kwame Brown Pro. You have Vicky Diller talking about Kwame Brown. You have everybody talking about Kwame Brown. You had all kinds of people making various videos about Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown, Godfrey, the comedian, made a parody of Kwame Brown, which Kwame Brown approved of. And it was a kind of funny parody. So Kwame Brown did not have problems, but people on the same level. So Boyce Watkins made a statement. It was a general statement about Kwame Brown's videos talking about how he had the N word in his title. And I really think that because Kwame equated Boyce Watkins with so-called the intelligence, he's trying to put Boyce Watkins in the go along, get along game, which Boyce Watkins, if he would have known Boyce Watkins, he's not in that game because the same pathway that Kwame Brown claims he's trying to take, Boyce has already taken that path. And keep in mind, Boyce made his millions from his own mind, from creating his own businesses. Boyce was not known. He came out of Syracuse University and started doing business. He made millions of dollars doing business, teaching people, creating institutions. Boyce Watkins got a school. He'll have a physical school, but he's already teaching people right online. He's got the B1 Agriculture group, which I like. He created the Fly Nubian Queen Network. He's got all of his YouTube networks. He's got his Facebook networks. He's got his Black Business School. He's creating the Black movie, little movie night thing that he does, which is pretty cool, helping producers and folks who do movies and scripts and things like that. I mean, he's creating a good media company here. This is what Boyce is doing. Now, is Boyce perfect? No, because nobody is. So, but the thing is, there's no real reason for Kwame, who doesn't even know Boyce. Boyce didn't do anything differently than anybody else did. But my thing is this. I think that Kwame, so to me, this proof, it's like this. Kwame Brown is saying good stuff, but you know, and the thing is, it's so funny. The same people that Kwame Brown is arguing with now is the same people that Boyce been argued with 2, 3 years ago. Tommy Sotomayor. Kwame Brown was friends with him at first, but now he sees Tommy Sotomayor ain't nobody to be friends with, really. Boyce already had that experience, you know, and Kwame Brown says he's going to try to help the the brother and the young boy in Georgia creating the school for boys, X for Boys school. Boyce Watkins already set that up and donated to and started to help King Randall in the X for Boys schools. He already did that. Boyce Watkins came out strong to help and assist King Randall and funded him, teach him how to get funding and raise more funding and better funding. You know what I'm saying? So not only that, then you got, and Boyce has been helping schools way before then, so, and it's just like, listen, if Kwame Brown was serious about the good stuff that he's talking about, and when I say the good stuff about helping the kids, creating programs and stuff, Boyce Watkins is the dude you want to try to work with, even if you don't like him personally. It's just like you might not be getting along with your accountant, but you can work business with him. It doesn't make sense. It don't make sense for Kwame Brown to go this hard at Boyce Watkins. It just doesn't make any business sense. And I don't understand why would it be personal? He doesn't even know Boyce Watkins. But if he think Boyce Watkins I guess he thought Boyce Watkins was the same type of punk that Stephen A. Smith or some NBA type dude is. Boyce Watkins don't care. Boyce Watkins is just like Kwame Brown, but he's just in a different sphere of influence. I mean, Boyce Watkins is just coming from the intelligentsia part. That's it. He don't care about voting. He don't care about the politicians. He's just trying to build institutions for black people. That's what Kwame Brown claims. Now, the thing is, Boyce, I guess he's just to be fair, I guess he doesn't mind coming up with smoke. He going after, bringing up people like Kevin Samuel's name. And, of course, you're going to get the smoke. He literally bringing up Obsidian in the manosphere. He talked to Obsidian. At least he talked about Obsidian, and, so you got the manosphere trolling him. So, I mean, of course, a lot of folks are going to come at Boyce. Does he care? I don't think he cares. The man's a millionaire and he's going to do his agenda. He's generating eyes for his product. And I think Kwame actually thinks he's hurting, because see, this is how I know Kwame is not really, he's real smart and strategic at what he knows, because I listen to Kwame. So he knows how to get people in their feelings and stuff, but he don't know what to really do with that, because I think Boyce got Kwame in his feelings. Because I mean, for him to say he's mad at Boyce Watkins because Boyce told him that you probably want to take the N word out of your title, that's like the dumbest, bro. Like, Kwame, you need to dead that. Just chill out. But Kwame is too proud to chill out because it don't make no sense. So how you gonna get mad at a man because he got married? You wanna talk about a man because he loves his wife? Is that the world y'all want to live in? You talk about a man because you call him a simp because he loves his wife. He provides for children. You got some of the dumbest questions. This is what's so embarrassing about these particular black men who subscribe to this manosphere, and I'm not going to say manosphere. It's because manosphere is from the white folks. This is the black manosphere. But you're transferring this gender warfare crap over to black people, and it really doesn't work for us. I hear people asking questions talking about why should another man take care of stepchildren? Well, that's that for number one. That's an individual choice. It's an individual choice. If it does not work for you, do something else. Do something else. Okay. But the bottom line is we should be adopting other children, our families. We should encourage folks who take responsibility. We don't want a bunch of men who don't want to take responsibility. That's not alpha behavior. Alpha behavior is the controller, and you have to have authority to control. And if you control something, you care for it, you maintain it. You see? So, yeah, if you want to talk about what is an alpha, Boyce, it's not alpha behavior is not somebody who's got to say they alpha every 2-3 minutes. It's somebody who's planning, who accomplishes their goals, who has authority. For example, Bill Gates might not be the coolest dude, but he's the boss where he's at. If you put a Bill Gates next to, I don't know, put Bill Gates next to, I don't know, who is that actor? Let's put Bill Gates next to The Rock. I don't want to say that. I'll put and I would say put Bill Gates next to, anybody. Let's just say The Rock. Now, I would consider The Rock an alpha. It's not because of his behavior, it's because he's a business owner. He's a business owner. But if you want to put The Rock as far as finances, as far as business control, Bill Gates would be a higher level alpha in this society because he has not only more money, but more connections and more global reach than The Rock. So, we got some messed up definitions, but, I think Kwame Brown being mad at Boyce Watkins is really stupid. And it's not smart. And it shows that Kwame Brown he's not disciplined enough to handle the type of businesses. I don't think he's disciplined enough to handle the type of bullshit that it takes to work with black folks. When you're working with black people and any group of people that has been victimized and has been, black folks, we're dealing with a lot of abuse in our communities. So we have a lot of mistrust and distrust. So they love Kwame right now. They pretend like they love Kwame Brown right now because he's new on the scene. But when he starts organizing stuff, if he missed dates, if he don't get things right, oh, they're going to start trashing Kwame. He got a lot of stuff to be able to trash. How's he going to act when the people start trashing him like they're trashing Boyce Watkins? Kevin Samuels don't have an organization. He's not building an institution like a Boyce Watkins. But we hate those guys that build institutions. Kevin Samuels just sit there, trash women. What's going on? Yeah, he just sits there, trash women. He don't, he's not doing anything to develop people. What is he teaching? He's a divorced man. He's not teaching you how to stay happily married. He's teaching you how to get a divorce, how to fight for child support, how to demean women. That's not functional in a world. He's not teaching you how to raise your kids better. These are the type of things that black folks need to know. We need to know how to create happy families. This is what function is. This is creating happiness. We don't need a world of men and women just arguing with each other, taking each other to court, trying to fight over kids, trying to fight over who's dominant, who's not dominant. That's the kind of world Kevin's trying to create. It's not smart. And I just can't understand what Kwame Brown, he comes out and You want to sit and go back and forth with somebody you don't even really know. And my thing is, Kwame, he's got to be scared to talk to Boyce because number one, you first criticize him. You tell Boyce that he shouldn't have said nothing about you on his video. He should have contacted you about that first. Well, he don't have your number. So when this man tries to actually contact you, then you say you don't want to talk to him. But then you do more videos to trash his name and his business, which means he's going to come out and talk about you some more. Now, we got instigators in the place because, Stephen A. Smith and Jamil Hill and all of those people that Kwame Brown trashed, they don't like Boyce either. So they're happy that these two dudes are going at each other, just like Umar and Boyce. So I mean, the thing is, that's pretty much all I got to say on that. The bottom line is you're gonna come down on this subject the way you come down. It is what it is. But at the same time, we're gonna have to start differentiating ourselves. Men who are ready to take responsibility to resolve the problems in their community, to to teach the youth how to have happy families. It's the man's responsibility for all of it. Now, the man's responsibility to get the trust of the woman to listen to the man. The woman don't listen to you just because you sit there and scream at her, or you treat her like trash, or you try to, that's stupid, man. That's real stupid. You can't treat people like trash. And then here you go. I just got a notification. Kwame doing another video about Boyce. Kwame doing yet another video about Boyce, that shows this man ain't really about too much of nothing. He ain't about building nothing. Hopefully he does something better, but watch 1 year from now, he's gonna hate Michi because she only using Kwame because Kwame is trashing Boyce right now. But Michi hasn't built anything. She's not building anything. She's messing around with Infact, and Infact, Grandmaster Jay, he ain't doing nothing. What is he doing? He's just deceiving people so they can get put in jail. So, we got to understand what's good. We're going to have to learn how to pick between good people and bad situations, because you can't tell just from some talk right away. You got to look at what's being produced. That's why they have in the Bible, they have the story about the wheat and the tare. Both of them look like grass at a certain point, but one is producing something that I can use. The other is producing nothing. Just looks good. You see? So we got to, we're going to have to learn this lesson. Those who learn it will survive. Those who don't will keep being stupid and dysfunctional. That's all I got to say about this, guys. And I appreciate you guys if you comment. And thanks. All right. Love you.